Welcome back to the channel, guys. So Sydney is an extremely iconic city. There's a lot of things to see here, beautiful sights and structures and natural things that you might need an entire day to see, but we'll give you the perfect plan on how to do that. So start in the Botanical Gardens. You're gonna walk through and see the amazing plants and shrubbery. We like gardens if you haven't noticed. The tropical birds, and at the very point where it meets the harbor, you're gonna get a great view of the Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. From there, you're gonna basically snake around, go through the Rocks, which is a cool little hip neighborhood with cool cafes and restaurants, but then go across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. There's 3 different ways you can do this. The first one is free, which is what we're gonna show you. Then you can pay $19, go up to the pylon viewing deck area, or you can go to the very top on the scaffolding, but that's like a actual tour you have to book that can cost between $200 and $300, takes all day, can't bring your camera, so we decided not to do that. Once you cross the bridge, cruise on over here to the Luna Park area in the boardwalk for, well, a carnival if you want to go to a carnival, or you can just have a drink and check out the harbor and the bridge, and even get a sight of Darling Harbour over there. I'm a little worried some of you guys are gonna unsubscribe because of this video, because in the last video we spent a lot of time in a garden, a park, and I said that we would take it easy and not do that, but hey, we're gonna show you Sydney, and Sydney has really nice Royal Botanical Gardens, and that's where we're starting. We're gonna show you. You should come here when you come to Sydney and walk around. It's pretty. And if you're so upset that we're showing you more gardens, just go ahead and unsubscribe.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to.
This rose right here won the gold medal for the most fragrant rose in 2010. I smell a lot of flowers and it smells wonderful. It's more fruity than a normal rose.
Wow. Wow, you guys. Ooh, that's a great smelling rose. If you come to Sydney, Australia, make sure you come here and smell this rose, this one.
It might take some time, but I'll be alright.
That's my best statue pose. Okay, so you might expect the largest city in Australia to have really nice botanical gardens, and it does. There's a fernery, but I mean, never heard of a fernery. There's a tropical rainforest walk. There's a carnivorous plants exhibit. There's lots of tropical birds here. There's giant lizards.
Well, I walked past it and it scurried and I was like, ooh. It scared me. Thought it was a snake.
There's statues, there's fountains, there's rose gardens. There's a really nice smelling rose, by the way. But the real reason you come here is to go up towards the point that's on the harbor, Miss Macquarie's chair area. We're gonna show you that. You get a great view.
Macquarie's Point.
Okay, yeah, so there's lots of points along the Botanical Gardens that you can get these iconic views of the Opera House and the bridge. So just make your way through, whether on a run or a leisurely stroll, and get your photos, but then you should head over to the Opera House, which you can just snake around in the park to get there and see it up close.
Yesterday I fell asleep at night. I woke up in the spaceship traveling at the speed of light. Everything feels so misplaced.
Obviously, the Opera House in Sydney is one of the most iconic things in the world, and definitely the most iconic thing in Sydney. But you don't want to just see it from afar. You don't want to just see it from the water or from the park. You need to come up close. Did you guys know that the roof of the Opera House is covered in tile? I thought it was like this metallic, shiny substance, I don't know, but no, it's tile work. It's very intricate tile work. Maggie loves tile work. That's just one of the many reasons. You should come over here, check it out, walk around, check out the box office, see what's playing. Maybe you want to see a show in the Sydney Opera House. But there's a really swanky bar too. It's open like Thursday through Sunday, weekends, noon and onward. It's just kind of weird hours, but it's really nice. Good view of the bridge and everything. So don't miss this. This is probably one of the primary things you should do in Sydney. After you've seen the Opera House, keep making your way around, and eventually you'll end up in the Rocks, which is a very unique neighborhood, very distinct vibe to it, almost like a colonial pre-big city town, and you don't even feel like you're in Sydney at all. So they've got really cool shops and cool cafes and restaurants and everything. But after you've seen the Rocks, which again is a really cool neighborhood, you can take these stairs or the elevator up to the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
hearts have settled down, 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 down. To all the help that you need.
The Sydney Harbour Bridge is another thing you don't want to just look at. You want to actually get on the bridge and go across it. So you can do that for absolutely free, which is what we did. There are other options. Once you're walking across the free pedestrian path, you can climb up these pylons. There's a pylon outlook. It'll take you like halfway up the highest point of the bridge. It's $19, no cash, credit cards only. But then there's other more adventurous options where you can actually climb up the scaffolding of the bridge to like a midpoint or the very top. Those range from a couple hundred to like $300. It is a long experience. You learn about the history and you get to stay up there for quite some time, get your photos taken. We just didn't do that. So if I can't bring my camera, I don't really want to go up because I want to pay for your photos. I want to take my own photos. These are just the rules. I don't know, but you should definitely walk across the Sydney Harbour Bridge. If you come across the bridge from downtown, you're gonna notice this carnival over here on the water, on the boardwalk. It's called Luna Park. It's another kind of iconic place in Sydney. Unfortunately, it's not open today, so it looks kind of like the zombie apocalypse because nothing's running. On the boardwalk right in front of Luna Park, it's not just Luna Park stuff. There's a lot of bars and restaurants and a comedy club. So in the evening, this will turn into a pretty cool spot as well with a nice view of the Opera House, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the city, the water. You can even make out the Darling Harbour Bridge over there. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed all these tips on free things you can do in Sydney to get the best views of the Opera House and the bridge and the city and the garden. Now I'm gonna see if Maggie can maintain focus on me. Which I kind of doubt, but maybe she has it. Anyway, so we're literally flying to New Zealand in like 2 days. Oh, by the way, if you want to be on the harbor, like on the water on a boat, we made a complete video about that. It's a really romantic, cool experience. You can get on a sailboat, you can go on like a party boat, you can get on a kayak or a canoe, whatever you want to do. Ah, that rhymed. Anyway, we're going to New Zealand. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye. Today we're going to show you a completely free day in Sydney. Was it all free? Everything we did today was free, right? They've replaced the Opera House with a giant Royal Caribbean boat. So if you haven't made it to Sydney yet and seen the Opera House, sorry.